Hi, my name is Sahil. In my previous video I showed you how to upgrade Cyberpunk from version 1.03 to 1.04 and I got overwhelming response on that and I was glad I helped so many people. This is why when someone said to me that I should make a video on FitGirl Universal Patcher, I couldn't resist. So in this video we are gonna test FitGirl Universal Patcher. But before that we should know a few things. For Cyberpunk alone, we have 3 versions of the game that are available for download or torrents or various sites as of now. One is the Codex version, which was released on day 1 of the game being launched, and it is based upon Steam game installation. Second version is on Dodi version, which is on 1.03 level patch of this game, and it is based upon the GOG copy of this game. This is by far the best version for you to download and install, as it takes the least amount of time to install the game. And the final version we have for this game is obviously the FitGirl repack, which is based upon the Steam installation of the game, and it is again on 1.03 patch of the game. And this version by far takes the most amount of time to install on your PC, considering I have a Ryzen 2700X and 16GB RAM, but still it took me around more than 1.5 hours to install the game, considering the fact that its download size is almost equal to the Dodi repack, which take around 30 minutes to install. Alright. So now we have a universal patcher which FitGirl claims that it can be run on any installation of this 3 version, and it will essentially upgrade your game from version 1.03 to 1.04. So I'm gonna try this universal patcher on all 3 versions of the game and see if it really works on all 3 versions, and if it doesn't, what should you do? So I have installed all 3 versions of the game with their names and also the patch file. I'm gonna start with the Codex version for the installation of this patch, and I will also be giving timestamps on this video so you can check out your version of the game and if this patch work on it too. So let's get started. So let me just open the Codex version first. So if I open this, I will see something like this, and to verify it is indeed the Steam version of the game, I just need to go to bin x64, and if I search for Steam files here, you will see some files there which indeed shows that it's the Steam version of the game. You can use this trick later if you want to find out if you have the GOG version or the Steam version of the game. Now I will open the patch file which contains these amount of files. Right now what I'm gonna do is I'm simply gonna copy these patch files and I'm gonna paste it in the installation directory of the Codex Cyberpunk game. Now the patch have been pasted, let's see what the patch file contains. This patch file contains basically a patch.bat which you need to run when you paste these files in your installation directory. It also contains a bat file which will update your registry settings if in case your registry settings are still stuck to update 1.03 even after updating the game using this patch. And in the FitGirl patch folder, we essentially have 2 main files which will convert our game from GOG to Steam or Steam to GOG according to our preference. So since this is universal patch, we are not gonna convert it into anything, and since this is the Steam version, we are gonna try to run this patch.bat and see if it indeed patches our files and our game to version 1.04. Alright, it's showing me do you want to proceed? Yes, I do want to proceed. It also have a disclaimer that if you have a FitGirl version of the game, since it is selective install, if you do not install the credit video with the rest of the game files, this patch will not work. So if you have a FitGirl installation, make sure you have credit video in there. And if not, you can install the FitGirl repack again, although I will recommend you to download the Dodi repack and install this patch there. Alright. Now I have run the patch and I can see it's working. It's showing me the process, and I will meet you in the end when this patch have completed everything. Alright guys, the patching of the Codex version using Universal Patcher have now been done, and I noticed something interesting during the patching is that it automatically converted my game from GOG version to the Steam version. And also it's saying for creating registry entries I should run this patch as administrator, and since I didn't run this patch as administrator, so I will create the registry entries manually by running this file as administrator, which will automatically add all the registry entries I need For this I just need to select one here and my job is done. Now let's test if indeed our Codex version of this game is upgraded to version 1.04. Alright guys, as you can see here, the patch have indeed worked and my game has been updated to version 1.04. I'm quickly going to try to continue and run a saved file which was based on version 1.04 and see if it works. Alright guys, as I can see, my game have indeed loaded up and I can go to wherever I want. So the patch on the Codex version of this game was a success. I'm gonna quickly try this patch on other two versions and see if they work. And if you have the Codex version, you can essentially leave this video since the process is gonna be the same. Alright guys, now I am gonna try to run this patch on the Dodi version and see if it works. Process will remain the same. I will copy the patch file into the main folder directory and I will run the patch file as administrator and see if our patch works. Alright, it's showing me something like this and I'm gonna press enter and it's starting the patching. Alright guys, the Dodi version of the Cyberpunk game have finished installing the patch, and in the end, unlike before, since I ran it as administrator, I got this and I just need to click one and our patching is done. Now we are gonna run this Dodi version of the game and see if it's actually updated this game to Cyberpunk version 1.04. Alright guys, we are in the Dodi version of the game and I can see that patch is of 1.04, and let's run a game to see if there is any black screen and indeed if the game runs fine. Alright guys, we are indeed in the game and as you can see it's running absolutely fine. And I can confirm that there are no existing errors or black screen or anything from the Dodi version, which is essentially the GOG version. Now although we do not need to do this again, but I'm still gonna run this patch on the FitGirl version of the game to see if it actually works. But I'm guessing since it's the FitGirl who made this patch will run fine on the FitGirl version of the game. The process will remain the same. I'm just gonna copy the patch files and paste it into the FitGirl version of the game and I'm gonna run patch.bat file as administrator. And if I do this, I get something like this again. And if I click continue, it will start updating my patch files. So I will be back when it's done. Alright guys, the patching on the FitGirl game repack is also run and this repack always converts the games to the Steam version of the game. So I'm just quickly gonna add the registry of 1.04 and will quickly run the game to see if the game works. Alright guys, we are in the FitGirl version of this game. And as I can see, it's of patch 1.04. Let's just run a quick game to see if it really works. Alright guys, we are in the game and I can confirm that this game indeed runs fine using the FitGirl repack. So guys, this confirmed the fact that this patch is indeed a universal patcher and it can patch essentially all the version of the Cyberpunk game available on the Steam or the internet. As I mentioned before, this universal patcher converts the GOG version of the game into the Steam version, but if you still want to convert this game into the GOG version, you can simply do that by clicking on switch to gog.bat file, which is already there once you have installed the patch on your Cyberpunk repack. So just run this as administrator and this will convert this game into the GOG version. As you can see, the Red Dead launcher is removed, and to confirm this, let's check into the bin file and see if the Steam files are still there and if it's the Steam version. Alright guys, I'm trying to find the Steam files here, but there are none, which confirms the fact that this version have indeed been converted into the GOG version. And if you want to convert this game into the Steam, you just need to click on this bat file and it will convert it back to the Steam. I can confirm this fact now that this universal patcher is in fact flawless and it will work on all the three versions of the repacks. So that was it for this video. I hope this video helped you in some way in updating your Cyberpunk game, and if it did, a like would be very much appreciated. I am soon gonna upload a video in which I will show you the optimal settings for the Cyberpunk games so you can play this game on the max FPS on essentially any system. So subscribe to my channel if you want to see that video. Till then, this is Sahil signing off and you are watching Infinit Enigma.